So I finally look over and he's looking at his phone, and I did my favorite thing at a red light. When somebody looks at their phone, what you do is you just go, you pull up, and then they think it turns green, and then you make them go.
Out.
This is a movie. This is a movie. We should write this movie. It's two shithead guys have a fucking argument in a sports bar and said, dude, I could make the fucking St. Louis Browns. So they get in a fucking time machine and they go back. And then right before right before we both get our tryouts, I get polio and you get Lou Gehrig's disease. It's hot tub time machine meets heaven can wait. And you just go dark.
Or
we don't make the team, and then you get drafted into World War I. It just goes off the fucking rails.
Or one of us gets polio, Lou Gehrig's disease, drafted, but the other one is so overwhelmed with his white privilege that he's like a kid in a candy store. He doesn't know what to do. He beats his wife. He starts a business.
He doesn't want to go back.
I don't want to go back. I love it here. He gets polio.
He goes out and he buys the first Harley Davidson. Do you know how much this is going to be worth? It's like, dude, you're going to be dead by then.
Oh.
Jay Leno's going to buy this in fucking 90 years.
So I finally look over and he's looking at his phone, and I did my favorite thing at a red light. When somebody looks at their phone, what you do is you just go, you pull up, and then they think it turns green, and then you make them go. Yeah, I made them go.
A long time ago, there was and I never thought anyone would ever believe this story because of, now it's very, if this was to happen today, you'd totally believe it. This is before cell phones were the way they are, where everyone's on their cell phone, right? I'm driving on the 10, driving out to Ontario, and a woman is driving, reading a book. She's reading a book on her thing, driving. And I was like, the fucking...
That's almost like the amount of people staring at their iPhone. It's just like, oh, finally.
Yeah.
It's good to know that hasn't ended.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so she is there, and I end up in front of her, and I still see her reading her book. And we're driving fine, like there's no one in front, and I just tap on my brake lights, and all she sees is brake lights, and she locks them up, just, right? She pulls up to yell at me, Bill, she pulls up to yell at me. I reach over and grab a book, I had a book, the Fountainhead next to me, and grabbed a book, and I pretended I was reading a book, and I was like, oh, hi. No one would ever believe that, because they never believe you had a book, but now the joke is so easy, because you just have cell phones. But, yeah, I remember that so vividly. I was driving to Ontario. Just reading a fucking book, just.
Dude, you know, that just reminded me of one time I was driving and I don't know what the fuck, I can't even remember what the fuck happened. This woman, like, I don't know if she was behind me and she swerved around me and then she got in front of me. And she beeped at me, so I beeped back at her. She beeped at me, and then I beeped back at her. And then, like, we pulled up to the red light. She beeped at me, and I beeped back at her. And then she had, like, those old 1950s, like, she was young, but she had, like, those fucking horn-rimmed glasses. And then she just went, staring. For, like, 30 seconds. And I just waited. And the second I stopped, I went, beep. Like that. Me and my buddy started dying laughing. Dude, she fucking put it in reverse and just went bam, 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 and hit the front of my car, and then reached into the glove box. We were like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Like, we were just, like, pinned. And she got out with a pen, thank God, and a pad.
Pen and a pad? Well, it's mightier than the sword.
It is mightier than the sword. Wrote down my license plate number, and then just took off. And I was like, what the fuck? So I pulled in to the gas station there, or something, whatever, some parking lot. So we get out to see if there's any damage, and this guy pulled up, or a woman pulled up. Said, hey, was that a friend of yours messing around? I was like, no, I have no idea who that was. And she goes, well, here's my business card, just in case there's any sort of a problem. So I said, yeah, fine. So I was on the road, and I came back from the road, and it was like, I had an answer machine. And I had, like, the usual, hey, Bill, it's your mom, give me a call. Hey, Bill, blah, 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 And then I say, like, yeah, this is Officer so-and-so calling from the El Segundo Police Department, talking about a possible assault with a deadly weapon. because a car's a deadly weapon or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like hit and run assault with a deadly weapon. I was like, what the fuck? So I called up, and I can't remember. I left a message. I had the witness, and somebody who I called up on that end. I left a message, and I was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't do anything. This fucking broad pulls up, and I just talked how I would tell the story to you.
Yeah.
And the guy ended up calling back, message, laughing on my machine. He's like, Mr. Burr, you're a very colorful speaker. And he was like, we called your witness. Everything checked out. If it's okay with you, we're just going to leave it alone. I was just like, yeah, leave it alone. What a fucking lunatic. That was one of my favorite fuck you moments when she was like, I just knew. The second, I was like, this is the greatest setup ever. Second she stops, it was a Honda Accord. So I just had like the little thumb ones. Beep, beep. And we both went cackling, laughing like we won.
I was